or is the New York Jets, your favorite team, and
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson. What are your thoughts on Zach Wilson's early struggles with the New York Jets?
Well, first of all, he's still a rookie, number one, and we're only 3 games into the season, and there's going to be a lot of growing pains with Zach Wilson. I mean, like I said, he's a rookie. I feel like he's throwing the ball really well, but it just feels like he's not going to be a bust. But a lot of people will say he's a bust because the based on the way he's playing right now. But I feel like he's gonna be well. He's gonna do well. He's just gotta work out the kinks, get in sync with receivers, and for the love of God, get him an offensive line because I feel like he's running for his life every time he gets handed the ball. I feel like the wide receivers need to step up as well, and Zach Wilson needs to stop throwing to I think Brown because that's his security blanket, and I feel like other players need to step up. The defense, for the Jets has been playing well, but it's just the offense. I mean, I love Robert Saleo. I think he's gonna be a good coach, but unfortunately, there's gonna be growing pains within the organization, and I feel like the Jets are gonna do bad this season, but the future is bright.
Zach Wilson, to me, I feel like this is what happens when you play in a New York media. It's 3 games. It was 2 games. It was 1 game, and people were already calling Zach Wilson a bust, which to me is laughable. It's so stupid. Zach Wilson, in my opinion, was my quarterback number 1 in the draft. I liked him more than Trevor Lawrence. He was maybe my favorite player in the draft. If not, it was Kyle Pitts. But Wilson has so much potential. But when his offensive line is horrendous, with Becton getting hurt, it just made the offensive line worse.
Exactly.
The wide receivers aren't stepping up as they should. And you look at this, Jets wide receiver core, it's not bad. I mean, you look at, Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, Denzel Mims. Those are some younger wide receivers who have potential to be a big part of the Jets' future with Zach Wilson. I mean, you look at Wilson's, in 3 games, he has 2 touchdowns, 7 picks. He has 628 passing yards. His completion percentage is 55.2. But you look at the sacks. The sacks is 15 times. That's 5 a game. And with the 17-game schedule now, that's on pace for 85 sacks in the season, potentially killing the sack record years ago, I believe, by the Houston Texans. I mean, this is absolutely when the Jets, picked Wilson and they picked the wide receivers, heading in the offseason, I thought the Jets were a team who weren't going to win a ton of games. I was kind of thinking in the 4 or 5 range, but I really felt like they were going to compete with some of these better teams. And I would not be surprised, if they were capable of pulling off an upset, maybe against the Dolphins, or maybe even, shocking a major upset against the Bills. Because I really feel like the Jets have potential to be a really nice team in the future. But to me, I'm starting to get nervous about Zach Wilson because this is reminding me a lot, with my favorite team, the Bengals last year, and Burrow. I don't want to see Wilson get hurt because, if he does, obviously they're going to probably have a number 1 pick overall. They'll have to get some linemen then, but it's just like they do not have as good a roster as people think. The players that are good, that people don't think are good, are just not stepping up. And even in the interview the other day, I don't remember the offensive lineman's name, but he was kind of like calling out Wilson that he needs to throw the ball away, which to me, I don't disagree with that at times, but you watch the film, he's running for his life every play. 15 sacks in 3 games, but you go back and watch it. Look at how many pressures and how many nearly sacks he's had because he's one of the most mobile quarterbacks in the NFL. He escapes at least 2 or 3 different sacks a game. It's crazy to me, and I know he's not played good. I'm not going to say he hasn't. I'm not going to say he's played good because he hasn't, but he's had no talent around him to help him. But I was telling somebody the other day, I'm just, I'm not even a Jets fan, but I'm getting sick and tired of the Zach Wilson hate. It's really aggravating, and it's really unnecessary. We're 3 games in.
Exactly. I'm tired of the hate.
And for an example, you look. Let's take Peyton Manning for an example. Peyton Manning would not survive in today's NFL after his rookie season. I mean, he had around 30 picks his rookie year. I don't think he'd be a starting quarterback his second year. It seems like in today's NFL, if you don't have a great rookie year, you're out of the window. I mean, Tua Tagovailoa, I'm not a fan of him, but he wasn't horrible last year. But some fans are already saying that they need to get a new quarterback. Same thing with Jalen Hurts and some other players as well. I mean, just a couple of years ago, we saw Josh Rosen, and the following year, I mean, he wasn't even on the Arizona Cardinals roster.
Yeah, he was traded.
It's crazy. Traded to the Miami Dolphins, and I just do not understand the hate because honestly, out of all those quarterbacks I just mentioned, I think Zach Wilson easily has the most. Obviously not including Manning. But obviously, the quarterbacks I mentioned, I feel like Zach Wilson, obviously, in my opinion, has the most potential out of those guys I just mentioned. He's one of the best draft quarterback prospects I've seen in a very, very, very long time.
So what do you think about Trevor Lawrence?
That's my next topic, and I'm getting sick and tired of the Zach Wilson hate, but no hate for Trevor Lawrence. Okay, Trevor Lawrence has 40 more passing yards. And, he has DJ Chark, which I think is a very underrated wide receiver. He has Marvin Jones. He has James Robinson he can pass to in the backfield as well. And you look at it, if you look at their rosters when healthy, I'm going to take the Jets over the Jaguars.
I agree.
Right now, I mean, the Jets' offensive line is the worst in the NFL, and it's not even possibly debatable. The wide receivers are not stepping up. The Jets have a much better wide receiver core, but I would take the Jaguars right now because the Jets' wide receiver core just isn't stepping up, in my opinion. And you look at this, and like I said, he's thrown for about 40 more passing yards. He has 5 touchdowns, 3 more than Wilson, but they have the same as interceptions, 7. He has a worse completion percentage with a much, 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 much better offensive line. 15 sacks in 3 games for Wilson, just 5 sacks in 3 games for Trevor Lawrence. And you look at, Zach Wilson, the team he's played. He's played a 3-0 Carolina Panthers team, who, in my opinion, is not a joke. They are a serious playoff contender. They've played a 3-0 Denver Broncos team, even though the Broncos, they're 3-0. They have not really played good teams. And they've also played the Patriots, who are 1-2, maybe not as good as people thought. But you look at Bill Belichick. I mean, he's 22-6 against rookie head coaches. Like Belichick it's very hard to beat Belichick when you're a rookie. Rookie quarterback. 22-6 going up against rookie quarterbacks. It's very difficult to beat Belichick when you're a rookie quarterback. And to me, you look at Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he threw 3 or 4 interceptions against the freaking Houston Texans defense.
Yeah, that was bad.
Exactly.
That was bad.
But, he loses to the Houston Texans in week 1 when nobody expected the Texans to win. I picked heading into the year that the Texans had a legitimate chance of going 0-17. I mean, the Lawrence throws multiple picks against Houston. Wilson struggles against Carolina, who is a playoff contender, but you hear about Wilson struggling, not Trevor Lawrence. This goes back to top market teams and small market teams. And it's very weird because, with the Jets, I mean, you could say you like dogs more than cats, but by the end of the day, people are going to criticize you for liking dogs more than cats if you're a New York team. With, Jacksonville, Detroit, Cincinnati, these small market teams, unless you do something huge, nobody's going to, start talking about you. And it makes me mad because to me, I think Zach Wilson is better than Trevor Lawrence. I've said it for over half a year now. But Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be this golden boy. He was this golden boy in college football. He's the best quarterback prospect of all time.
Yep.
The BS narrative that he's better than Joe Burrow, the BS narrative that he's better than Justin Herbert as a quarterback prospect, which is funny because he wasn't even a better quarterback prospect than Zach Wilson this year. And it's funny. I mean, you're the New York Jets fan, of that's talking, but I'm getting fired up kind of defending Zach Wilson. I mean, I'm just – it makes me so mad when Lawrence is supposed to be this, next mobile Peyton Manning, when he's playing worse than Zach Wilson, the supposedly, already bust. It makes absolutely no sense. I'm tired of all the Zach Wilson hate. Put the Zach Wilson hate and put it on Trevor Lawrence because we want to see how horrible Trevor Lawrence has been so far Thursday night when he throws at least 2 picks against the Cincinnati Bengals defense on Thursday Night Football.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like Zach Wilson's going to win. He's not going to win Rookie of the Year this year, obviously, but he's going to have a better career than Trevor Lawrence. I feel what the problem with Lawrence is the head coach down in Jacksonville. I think Urban Meyer is too raw for the NFL. I'm kind of worried about his health issues because he has a history of having health issues. That's why he resigned from Ohio State. But I just feel like Lawrence has the tools necessary. I mean, you're right. I agree with you with the part that Wilson has a better wide receivers, but I feel like the Jaguars have like a better team now. But I just feel like Wilson isn't really producing. Not Wilson on Lawrence, and I feel like he's gonna he's not gonna be a bust per se, but I think he's gonna be like a mediocre NFL quarterback, and I think Wilson is gonna do very very well. People forget this is only week 4 of his journey in the NFL, and he's gonna get it together. But I feel like with Lawrence, as long as Urban Meyer is on the team, I don't see further development for him.